Good morning and welcome back to Bell Alliance Center in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island for the fourth game of the Mount Academy Female Showcase featuring the Kings Edge Hill Highlanders and the Mount Academy Under-18 Saints. My name is Jordy Carraher, back with you for the rest of the day here. And we're looking forward to a good game here. Both of these teams won their matchups yesterday. Kings Edge Hill defeating Mount's Under-17 side by a score of 7-1. And the Mount Academy Under-18 Saints defeating Rothesay Netherwood by a score of 2-1 yesterday afternoon. Today's starting goaltenders for Mount Academy, number 33, Sky McDonald. And for Kings Edge Hill, it looks to be number 29, Sophie Timo. Referees are just about ready to go here. And we're underway. Tie up off the initial draw. And McDougall sends that one forward to Kira St. Peter. Pushing it up is Bree Walsh, sending it into the far corner. Back for that one was Leopold. And now Kings Edge Hill does clear. Grace McDougall back for it at center ice. Goes across to Allie Spencer. Pokes it down. And I think the Saints thought they were offside there, but no arm went up. Good battle here in the corner. Highlanders trying to get it out, but Spencer keeps it in. Fires on net. Stopped in the slot. Back out to McDougall at center ice. Chips it up to St. Peter. And now the Highlanders try to make their way up. McGregor leaves it for Sarah Hardy, who backhands it in. Caroline Thompson over to Rachel Richards now. Up just out of the reach is Sydney Chason, who had the game winner yesterday from Mount Academy as the Highlanders work their way in. Shearer working her way in, and that was Lily just about with an opportunity there. She had a hat trick yesterday, so definitely one to watch here this morning. Chason at center ice now. And that one's just going to slide in, and that'll get covered up. 13:51 left in this opening period. Still no score. And it looks like faceoff will be coming to the left of Kings Edge Hill goaltender Timo. And that's one cleanly back by the Highlanders. Heidi Harvey sends that one around. And another board battle here in this far corner. Saints looked like they had possession there for a moment, but instead it's going to be, I believe, I was going to say Leopold, but instead that was King working her way out. Now Sarah Callahan with it. Backhands it over to Clark. Tried to find Talia Mullally with that one, but nothing doing. Shearer chips it back in. Now cross ice to chase on. She'll circle back, goes cross ice, and finds Mullally at the Kings blue line. Now working her way forward is Lewis. Her shot just wide. Or that was Oriana McNeil, excuse me. I had the under-17s and under-18s mixed up there for a second. As the Highlanders chip that one forward. That's Kiever getting it in. Now Abby McCarthy back to Liz Hardy. She'll wind and fire. That one's blocked. Clark sends it forward, but it only gets to Hardy at the blue line. That one off Kiever's body. She shoots. Tried to go short side, but it goes high and wide. Now back forward to Spencer. Around to Clark. And that one's going to stay in play. Kiever gloves that one down. George tried to send that one into the corner. McCarthy drops it back to Hardy. Across the ice for Jada McKinnon. Her shot off a stick. Bouncing puck there, but that's covered up by Sky McDonald. Face-off coming to her right. 12:18 left now in the first. And again, both of these teams picked up impressive victories yesterday. Certainly in different fashions. The 7-1 win for Kings Edge Hill yesterday obviously fueled heavily by offense, but for Mount Academy it was special teams here as that puck's bouncing around in front. Somehow that one stays out. Sky McDonald able to track that one as she had, looks like Sarah Hardy right on the doorstep. And so we'll do it all over again here. 12:08 left in the first. Face off again to the right of Sky McDonald. Highlanders win that one back cleanly. But it comes out. Gets past Leopold. Breakaway here for Olivia Stewart. She shoots backhand. Big stop. Big stop there from the Kings Edge Hill goaltender, who I think may actually not be who I identified earlier. I'll have to get that from a game sheet here just to confirm. And no, indeed it was Sophie Thomas here. Just Thomas and Timo. That can be a little bit confusing. Meanwhile, Stewart going down for it. She's going to get to that puck first. Back to Caroline Thompson. Attempted redirect there from Brie Walsh. Doesn't go anywhere. And another battle here as Kings Edge Hill comes out with it. Here's Lily going around the far side. Still with it. Tries to center, but instead it finds St. Peter. Now Richards. Nice stretch pass finds St. Peter. She's in on a break. She shoots high. So Mount Academy's had a couple of opportunities here on breakaways early, just haven't been able to convert as Shearer works her way in. Bumped off the puck by St. Peter. And those two continue to battle as Kings Edge Hill briefly took possession back. Now Caroline Thompson with it at center ice. Over to McNeil. Up forward to Walsh. And left up there for Tate McDonald. Her shot handled rather easily. And a bit of a bump. That's going to get our first penalty of the game. And it's going to be called body contact. I think it's Kira St. Peter going off. Certainly less than pleased with that call is St. Peter. She heads to the box. And that's going to give Kings Edge Hill the first power play of the game here. 10:29 left in the first. Tie up off the draw. McNeil battling for it there. Comes out to the point for Liz Hardy. She goes cross ice to McKinnon. She gets it back. And that was McCarthy with it. Down low to Kiever. Jalen Kiever with it. Back to McCarthy. Abby McCarthy now over to McKinnon. Back to McCarthy. She's got a bit of room to work. But a good stick check there from behind by Lily Trevors to prevent an opportunity. McCarthy with it. Now Carrington George. She's got it behind the Mount net. Back to McKinnon at the point. Left there for George. Pressured on the penalty kill by Laura McDonald and eventually gets the turnover. Trevors sends that one down. Minute 8 left in the power play here. 9:35 left now in the first period. No score. Kings Edge Hill off for a change here. And now they try and break out. It's Sarah Hardy with it. She works into the slot. She shoots wide. Hardy gets her own rebound. Leaves it at the point. I think that was Harvey with the shot. And that's sent right back down the ice from Kenny. Thomas out to play it. And Leopold able to get it up the boards. Highlanders try to clear out of their own end. But again, Kenny's there. Took a bit of a high stick there, but no call. As now Sarah Hardy's got it back. Back to the point here for Leopold. She winds and fires that one just wide. Highlanders keep it in here. Sarah Hardy back with it. Over to Leopold. Down low to McCarthy. And that one batted down with a high stick from Hardy as the Saints try to clear, and they do. Finishing that off was Stewart as St. Peter comes out of the box. We're back to 5 aside, and Thomas covers that one up. And so the face-off will come to her right here. 8:23 left in this opening period. No score. And St. Peter wins that one cleanly from Mount Academy. Richards stepping up, that one off a shin. St. Peter shooting, that one bouncing, she scores! Off at least one body in front, and Thomas objecting to it here. I think there's going to be a discussion potentially between referee and linesman. But it's going to go into the books as a goal here, so that'll be Kira St. Peter getting the marker. Straight out of the box and straight onto the scoreboard here as it's now 1-0 for Mount Academy. And certainly a good way to make up for that penalty for St. Peter there just a moment ago. As somehow that shot finds its way through traffic and past Thomas. Kings Edgehill coach less than pleased with the development. As the puck works its way back down into Kings Edgehill territory, Heidi Harvey with it. Harvey still trying to poke it forward, but again, St. Peter's there to intercept. Working her way into the slot. She's still got possession. Big stop there from Thomas. Kira St. Peter nearly had another one there as Kings Edgehill comes back the other way. Lily cutting into the slot. She shoots. Stopped by McDonald. And then Shearer follows through into the goaltender. Thompson not liking that as things are getting chippy here midway through the first. Nobody likes seeing any contact on the goaltender, of course, but Skye McDonald hanging tough here. And the faceoff will come to her right. 7:47 left in this first period. Mount Academy now up by a score of 1-0. The Saints win that draw. McNeil chips it around to Clark. Up the boards for Mullally. Kept in, though, by McKinnon. For a moment here as Callahan now has the Kings Edgehill blue line still with it. Trying to work her way in. Mullally right on the doorstep. Couldn't get that one to go. And now Kings Edgehill try and regroup here. Jada McKinnon sends it up the middle of the ice here. That's going to get as far as Callahan at center ice. She'll go back for it. And now good breakout here from Mount Academy. That springs Mullally down the left side. Tried to send that one for chase on, but that hit a stick. Mullally back with it. Centering pass, again off a stick. Mount keeps it in. McNeil with the shot stopped. Kings Edgehill tries to clear again, but McNeil holds it in. Keeps that one low to the ice as it gets through, but stopped. Callahan still with it in the far left corner. She goes around to Mullally. Talia Mullally here pressured by a couple of Highlanders and eventually does turn it over. Now coming down the ice here is Celia McDougall. And she turns that one over to Clark, who sends it up to Lily, who's just come on the ice. And now the Highlanders try and do something here again. McCarthy. Or, excuse me, that's Martinello. As she backhanded that one into McDonald. Martinello coming back for it. And Hardy sent that one into the far corner. Kenny there for it for Mount Academy. Kept in by Kings, and that one goes into the Mount Academy bench. And based on the direction of the puck and maybe some of the contact, I think that one's coming inside, but we'll just officially confirm that. Looks like everyone's lining up just outside, so I think it's off the Kings Edgehill player last. Tie up off the draw. McDonald fans on that one. And Lily tried to break through, but Spencer was there to battle with her. Here's Ava Shearer with it. Kept in by Kings Edgehill for the moment, but Mount Academy sends it cross ice. Now working her way up there was Hensby. Sent that one cross ice. Grace McDougall back for it for the Saints. And now Kings Edgehill still with it. Hensby sent that one into the corner. Josie King trying to push through, but Spencer pins her up against the boards, and unable to turn around and get that shot off was Lily. Grace McDougall trying to get it out here. Kings Edgehill with some pretty good possession here over the last 30 to 45 seconds. Hensby keeps it in again. And again, Spencer tries to cut King off, and they do force the turnovers. McDougall sends it around. McDonald and Lily battling for the puck here now. A couple more bodies joining the fray. McDougall able to clear, but it only gets to Jalen Keever, who sends it back to Hensby. She loses that puck. Laura McDonald back to Grace McDougall. Caroline Thompson, a turnover in the middle of the ice. McCarthy down, and that's going to get called. I think that's going to go as a hook. And that'll send Kings Edgehill back to the power play for the second time in this game. 4:38 left in the first period. And who's the guilty party here? Looks like it's going to be Caroline Thompson. And so that's a veteran defender for Mount Academy. Or it looks like now they've got Laura McDonald as the guilty party. Either way, it winds up as another Kings Edgehill power play here. And we'll see what the Highlanders can make of it. And a tie-up off the draw. It gets caught up in Keever's skate. McCarthy back to the point. And poked forward by Stewart. It's going to be a foot race here between Stewart and McDougall. And McDougall taken down. Kings Edgehill looking for another call. They're not getting it. Now Stewart and Harvey battling for it. McCarthy joining in as well for Kings Edgehill. With Keever there as the third supporting body. Good job by Olivia Stewart here on the penalty kill. And that was definitely a key to this Mount Academy side's win yesterday, was they did have that string of penalties that they were able to kill off without allowing a single goal. And then once they got their power play opportunity, that's when Sydney Chason got her winner. As the Highlanders try to come forward with it, St. Peter goes down, but she's able to only get it to Leopold, who skates it up. And Leopold taken down, no call. Clark trying to clear, only gets it to Harvey. St. Peter there on the pressure, and she forces it out. I tell you, Kira St. Peter, she's really playing a great game so far. As the Highlanders send it back in, 43 seconds left on the power play. McNeil sends it around, St. Peter there waiting for it. Just content to burn time by trying to freeze it against the boards. Martinello gets it out. Now it's over to Leopold. She winds and fires. That one through a couple of bodies and redirected. Martinello again back to the point. Now she's got it back. Taken off the puck by McNeil. And we got a Kings Edgehill player down over there. I think that may have been Martinello, but now we've got a stoppage in play. Another penalty coming. This is a hook. And based on the objections from Martinello, I would say she's the guilty party here. And that'll negate the last 10 seconds of the Kings Edgehill power play. 4-on-4 for that time. Then Mount Academy will head to the power play. 2:48 remaining now in this first period. Mount Academy leads 1-0. Kings Edgehill wins that one cleanly. And a few bodies coming together in the corner. Eventually comes out to Caroline Thompson at the point. Down to Mullally. Talia Mullally here back to Thompson. She'll fire that one on net. She had a clear alley there. Thomas to stop it. Mullally. Working her way into the slot off the back of Chason's leg. But Callahan gets it back, pressured by Harvey. Chason into the corner. McNeil stepping up into the play. Oriana McNeil trying to set things up as she gets back to her customary point position. And, oh, I thought that got out, and now it has. McNeil pressured here by King. And Lily pokes that cross-ice pass away before Mount Academy sends it down. Kings Edgehill trying to reset here. First minute of the power play gone. As Grace McDougall's got it. She goes up the ice and finds Olivia Stewart. Stewart working her way down the left side, pressured by Liz Hardy. Now back to Spencer. Stewart with it on the half wall. Olivia Stewart still hanging on. Just sends it around the net. Jalen Keever there for it for Kings Edgehill, and she pokes it free. Amos back. Spencer now. Tried to find Amos, but instead it's McDougall coming back for it. 20 seconds left now in the power play. 1:07 left in the first period. And going cross ice for that was the Mount player, but it's, I think, going to be called offside here. And since the pass originated from the opposite blue line, that's where the face-off's going to come. 15 seconds left in this power play now for Mount Academy. 1:02 left in the opening period. Mount Academy wins that one back. They may have one last opportunity to try and get up the ice here. Richards sets it up. She goes cross ice and got lost in the skates of Tate McDonald, and that's going to burn the remaining time as Martinello's out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. As we're now into the final minute of the period, 40 seconds left to be exact. Celia McDougall trying to hold on to it. Kind of bodied Tate McDonald there a little bit. Now Bree Walsh battling for it. Kings Edgehill comes out with that puck, and here they come up the ice. I believe that's Martinello with it. Indeed it is, Rhea Martinello. Working her way around, 15 seconds left in the period. Pressured from behind here by Richards. And now another battle ensuing in the corner here. Kenny trying to get it out, but Kings Edgehill keeps it in for the moment. And that is how the first period's going to end. So, after 15 minutes, Mount Academy leads this one by a score of 1-0, courtesy of a goal from Kira St. Peter. And of course, with these 15-minute games, they only flood between the second and third periods, so we'll be right back to the action here in about a minute's time here. All right, we are back here for the second period of game number 4 of this Mount Academy Female Showcase. The Mount Academy Under-18 Saints lead this one by a score of 1-0 over the Kings Edgehill School Highlanders. And Mount Academy in white with the red chest, they're going from left to right this period. Kings Edgehill in the navy blue with the white and red stripes here. And they're attacking straight away. That is... couldn't quite see who that was. Getting a little foggy in here sometimes. I think that was Carrington George. That's who we're going to go with, just because I see McCarthy and Kiever on that line as well. And I do see a good battle here in that corner. Oriana McNeil comes out with it. And that one off the referee's skate. Trevors keeps it in. And now McNeil trying to work her way out. Kings Edgehill keeps it in, though. Kiever. And now Trevor's basically sitting on the puck here by the looks of it. Kings Edgehill trying to dig it out, and they eventually do. As I think that was Kiever trying to center it. Mount Academy flips it out. Heidi Harvey going back for it. And Harvey going to reset things as Mount Academy changes up. Harvey pushes it up the boards, gets it to Spencer at center ice. Now they'll try it again. Hensby over to Shearer. Ava Shearer trying to work her way up. She's cut off by both McNeil and Chase on there on those boards, but she keeps going. And eventually loses the puck the other way to, I think that was Mullally, who's got it. Tries that breakout pass, and it's through Liz Hardy. And Thomas will just cover that one up with Callahan bearing down on her. And so the face-off will come to her left here. That being Sophie Thomas's left. 13:25 left in this second period. Mount Academy leading 1-0. Tie up off the draw. And Mount Academy comes out with a Callahan. Eventually squeaks it out to Chason. She's got Jada McKinnon all over her. But now she's got a bit of room to work. Chason with the shot. Stopped by Thomas. And now Mullally loses it, but gets it right back. And she goes down, no call. And Mount Academy coach Kenny McDougall looking fairly calm here on the Mount side, at least for the moment, as King's Edgehill works its way into the zone. Spencer back for it. Gets it out as far as Leopold. And McDougall able to poke that one around to Martinello. She gets that one down. Sarah Hardy gets to it first. Back to Leopold. That shot off Martinello's skate kept in by McDougall. She sends it into the opposite corner where Spencer whips it around for Grace McDougall. She goes up the boards. Chason's able to chip that one out. And that one's going to go down for icing. 12:19 left now in the second period. Again, Kira St. Peter's goal midway through the first period is the difference, and in fact, all of the offense right now, as the Mount Academy Saints lead 1-0. Face-off coming to Sky McDonald's right here. And, King's Edgehill with an opportunity there, just a little bit wide. And the Highlanders keep it in for about half a second here as McDougall goes back for it. Now Keever trying to get it out, but Walsh pressuring her. Now turned over again. Here's St. Peter trying to carry it around. Gets through. Thomas there to cover it up. A bit of contact there around the net. Bree Walsh certainly not liking what she's seeing. And the net got dislodged in the proceedings, so that'll just take a second to jam those pegs back in. It was a pleasant experience jamming those things into the ice on an early morning like this one. And here we go again. Tie up off the draw. King's Edgehill takes control. McKinnon. That was Hensby. As King's Edgehill tries to get it out, and they do, just out of Lily's reach. Foot race here between Lily and Richards. And it's going to be an icing call. It was going to be a good foot race there between Hayden Lilly and Rachel Richards. But ultimately that one got negated, so we'll try it again here in the King's Edgehill zone. 11:37 left now in the second period. It's going to be Meg Aiken and Josie King taking the draw. Aiken able to win that one as the linesman takes a spill. Now Avery Amos with it. Chips it around. Aiken will get to that one first. Pressured by Shearer. Now Shearer and Amos, a couple of big bodies coming together. Amos comes out with it. Sent forward by Clark. Aiken will get that in the corner. Tried to center that one. Amos was right there. It just went by her stick. Now another board battle in the corner. King's going to try and make her way out with it, but instead Amos intercepts. And Amos taken down there. A couple more bodies in the corner. Now trying to come out with it there was Hensby. Now King's Edgehill tries to break out, but Clark fans on the clearing attempt, and that one hops into the King's Edgehill bench. 10:45 left now in the second. And again, still 1-0 in favor of the Mount Academy under 18s. And again, this is the first of a triple header that we've got here today. Our next two games are coming a little bit later here. You'll see this King's Edgehill side once again at 5:45 as they take on Rothsay Netherwood. And then at 7:15, it'll be the Mount Academy under 17 Saints against a opponent still to be determined, at least to our knowledge here in the booth. And again, it's been a great weekend to really see how far some of these players have come. As Grace McDougall's got it. being pressured there behind the net by, I believe, Martinello. And now here comes Laura McDonald gaining the blue line. McDonald with the shot, that goes wide. Rhea Martinello tried to chip it forward, but out of Sarah Hardy's reach. Now Thompson with it. Mount Academy gains the blue line. Thompson here. And Jada McKinnon off the boards. Mount Academy keeps it in. Chase on back into the corner. Trevors gets it away from Liz Hardy. And that one's sent down the ice. I don't think it'll make it all the way down for icing here, though, so Richards back for it. Kings Edgehill making a change here, so a bit of open ice for Chase on. Sent forward to Mullally. All good on the offside front. Now Callahan with it. Sarah Callahan, good puck control. Keeps it around the net. Drops it for Oriana McNeil. McNeil centering pass, tried to find Mullally. And I lost sight of the puck there for a second, but now McCarthy coming back the other way. Abby McCarthy. Working down the side, that shot wide. Both teams with opportunities here in the second period, but nobody's been able to change the score just yet as McNeil's got it. And that one chipped out by Mullally. Callahan with it. Forward to Chase on, kicks it up onto her stick. Sends it into the opposite corner. Leopold with it now. Sarah Leopold up off the boards. Gets it as far as Clark at center ice. Lily able to poke it past her, though. Tate McDonald back to cover here, though, for Mount Academy. Although Lily gets it back. Puck around to the other side here. McNeil. Nice stretch pass there. Finds Tate McDonald. Tries to center for Callahan, but that one hops up. Now Lily going back the other way. Leaves it for Shearer. And Shearer loses the handle on that before she can get a shot off. Good competitive game here between Mount Academy and Kings Edgehill. And hopefully this is the kind of thing that sets the tone for the rest of the season for both sides. As St. Peter was a bit slow to get up here on our near side. Now Kings Edgehill trying to make a change. Looks like they got it in successfully as Grace McDougall sends that one down to Bree Walsh. Walsh gains the blue line. Goes around and fires that one wide. Avery Amos there for it now. Kept in at the blue line by Thompson. She chips that one into the corner for Walsh. Bree Walsh again comes out with it. Pretty big line here, actually, in terms of height, as Walsh, St. Peter, and Amos come together. And Thomas able to cover that one up. 7:19 left now in the second period. And so the faceoff will come to the right of Sophie Thomas here. And another tie-up in the circle. Mount Academy eventually gets it. Richards fires into the corner. And that's Harvey making her way out with it. Gets it to center ice where Richards was waiting. Over to Thompson. Sends it forward to Amos. Centering pass just through Aiken's stick there. Hensby back for it. Now the Saints up and off the glass. Amos. Aiken gets it back. Pressured there from behind by Hensby. Comes out to the point for Thompson, who puts it on net. Thomas has to make a save on that. And another board battle here in the corner. Martinello in there for Kings Edgehill. Couple on both sides in there. Meg Aiken joining the party as well. I think Olivia Stewart might be at the core of that, and indeed she was, battling with Sarah Hardy. Richards keeps it in for about half a second as Kings Edgehill is able to get it out off a stick, so icing negated. Now Thompson with the stretch pass. She finds Aiken with it. She's got Laura McDonald in the middle, but lost the handle. And that one got sent around by, I believe that's Kenny. Puck comes out in front, but nothing doing there. Kings Edgehill working its way out. McNeil pinching. Now Mount Academy still with it. Coming out front there was Yeah, that was... I think that was Stewart, actually, not Kenny. Puck in behind the net. Centering pass from McDonald finds nobody in particular, so it'll go down to center ice. Meadow Clark back for it. Clark still with it, being pressured there by George, and it does get a turnover out of it. George with it now. Sent around by Clark to McNeil. Now sent forward. That was Kenny trying to send it forward, but now Kings Edgehill going the other way. McDougall. That was Kiever, excuse me, who fanned on that one. Now McNeil. And I think that one went up and into the netting, so face-off will come to the left of Sky McDonald here. 4:59 left in the second period. And it looks like the face-off will... I think we're actually going to get a timeout here by the looks of it. Kings Edgehill perhaps looking to draw something up, and indeed it is the Highlanders calling the timeout. With, again, 4:59 left in this second period. Kings Edgehill clearly looking to draw something up and get a message through to its players. I mean, they've played a good game so far, and both sides have played well, to be quite honest here. They just haven't broken through yet on the Kings Edgehill side. That's about at the crux of it here, and, you know, the Highlanders would love to level this one before the intermission. And so it looks like it'll be the line that did a majority of the damage yesterday for Kings Edgehill in Lilly, King, and Shearer out here on the ice. Meanwhile, on the Mount side, Kenny McDougall just trying to make sure his charges stay fired up. They're all talking things over on the ice here as we're just about ready to go. Looks like it'll be Callahan and King taking the draw here. And that one sent forward into the corner. And Ali Spencer out with it. Mount gets it out. Callahan unable to get a full handle on that. And that one sent forward. Mullally down. Not 100% sure what happened there, but Talia Mullally down. Meanwhile, Kings Edgehill going the other way. And we got a bit of a kerfuffle here in front of the net as McDonald's able to hold on. Meanwhile, Mullally still laboring here behind the play. Still hunched over here again. Not 100% sure what happened there. But Talia Mullally clearly looking like she's in some discomfort on the Mount Academy bench. Meanwhile, 4:37 remains now in this second period. Mount Academy still leading by a score of 1-0. Tie up off the draw. Richards chips it over to St. Peter. And going around the net with that was Walsh. And now they're able to get it out. Here's St. Peter. She's going to get to that puck first. Tries to stop up on Hensby before backhanding it to Walsh. Bree Walsh centering pass. That doesn't find anybody. St. Peter back with it. She's got the lone goal in this one, working her way out to the slot. She scores again! Have a day, Kira St. Peter. That's 2 goals now. And that's got the Saints up 2-0 with 4:04 left in the second period. Yeah, St. Peter, she just found that open ice and went high glove on Thomas. And hard to place a shot better than what Kira St. Peter just did there. And again, that's going to double Mount Academy's lead here. And that's a big boost to Kenny McDougall's side going into the intermission. But they're looking for more here as Stewart comes forward. Pressured there by McKinnon. Back out to the point for Thompson. She'll just shovel it into the corner. Meg Aiken with it. Pressured by Keever. Now Jalen Keever coming out with it. Up to McCarthy at center ice. She just shovels it into the corner. Rachel Richards back for it. Now Caroline Thompson. Up to Amos. She goes backwards with it for Thompson. Good forecheck here for Kings Edge Hill as they try to answer. But now it's a foot race here between Stewart and Celia McDougall. Stewart gets to that puck first. Drops to Aiken. Meg Aiken with it. Pressured along the boards by Liz Hardy there just a moment ago. Back to McNeil. She fires. Thomas, gloves that down. Back to the point again for McNeil. She goes cross ice just out of Trevor's reach. Lily Travers here. Still with the puck in the corner. Back to the point now for Clark. Back down to Travers on the half wall. Back to the point for Clark. D to D for McNeil. Looking for an opening here. Tried to get the redirect from Travers just out of her reach. Now McCarthy trying to get it out. Instead it goes back to Liz Hardy. And that one off the head of a Mount Academy player on the bench. I think that may have been Walsh who took that puck to the noggin. And that puck is going to come in to the Kings Edge Hill zone for the ensuing faceoff. 2:27 left in the second period. Kira St. Peter with both goals here as Mount Academy leads 2-0. Another tie-up off the draw. Working her way out with it was Kenny. Puck still kind of bouncing around in front here. Kings Edge Hill trying to get it out, and eventually they do, as settling it down was Shearer. She comes down the left side. Tries to cut into the middle. That one's off a body. Ava Shearer now trying to center. But Kenny working her way out with it. Now McNeil for support. Goes cross ice and finds Travers. And McDonald looked like, she was about half a step over, and that's going to get called offside. $1:52 left now in this second period. Face-off coming just outside the Kings Edge Hill blue line here. Looks like it'll be Hardy and Callahan taking the draw. And another tie-up off the draw. Mount Academy comes out with it. Poke back to Spencer. Over to Grace McDougall. Callahan trying to get by her opponent there, but unable to do so, as that one was sent up by McGregor. And now Chase on trying to send that one forward, but Spencer there for support over to Grace McDougall. Now Callahan has it roll off her stick. St. Peter trying to glove it down. You know, she'd have thoughts of some hats coming out here this morning. As Spencer turns that one over, Martinello just shovels it back in. Grace McDougall with it. Sends it around for St. Peter. And St. Peter taken down. And I think the net may have come off here, as that was a rather abrupt whistle, and the referee's looking things over. I think we're all good here now. 1:05 left in the second period. Mount Academy leading this one 2-0 over Kings Edge Hill. Again, both goals coming from Kira St. Peter. Face off to Sky McDonald's left. Kings Edge Hill wins that one cleanly. And that's McCarthy with it. And Leopold pinching to keep that one in. Now Mount Academy working its way out. Stewart stick checked from behind there by Keever. Mount Academy gets it back. And that one down and off the boards. That's not going to go for icing, though, as that was cut off by Amos. And we are down to basically the last 30 seconds of this second period here now. Kings Edge Hill trying to mount something. Here is Keever dishes off to McCarthy. She shoots. That's off the back of the Mount Academy player. And now another board battle ensuing. Mount Academy just happy to burn some time here to get themselves to the intermission. Referee watching this one intently. Thought about blowing it down, but they play on. Kiever again pinned up to the boards by Thompson. 5 seconds left in the period. That puck comes out in front, but it just hops over into the corner. And that is how the second period's going to end here, folks. So, after a half hour of hockey, Mount Academy leads this one by a score of 2-0. Again, both goals coming from Kira St. Peter so far. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes to bring you the last 15 minutes of this game. The third period coming on the other side. And Mount Academy leads this one by a score of 2-0 as we get underway here. Kira St. Peter with both goals here for Mount Academy. And that is, and now with the puck, or just about had it, is not to be confused with Bree Walsh. It's Tori Walsh, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes the game sheets can read a little fuzzy, and my eyes are about twice as old as I am here in the booth. As St. Peter is able to shovel that one down. And Tate McDonald here on the forecheck. Leopold works her way out with it. Up to McGregor. Over to Martinello, who gains the blue line. Rhea Martinello stops up. And that one taken away by Thompson. Over to Richards now. And that one, nearly got caught up in a bit of a change there. I don't know if it would have been called too many players. But nevertheless, Kiever going the other way. Jalen Kiever working her way into the corner, watched by Richards. She dishes back to George. Carrington George. And that one right into the chest of Sky McDonald here. Face-off coming to her right. 13:50 left in the third. And we'll see if the intermission's done anything for Kings Edgehill here in the meantime. Mount Academy wins that face-off. Thompson whips it around. Mullally there to settle it down. Works it out of her own end over to Callahan. Sarah Callahan pushing her way forward. Met by 3 Highlanders there, but Mullally comes out with it. Now Callahan down to Mullally again. Watch from behind there as the puck comes out front. She scores! Somehow that one got loose and Callahan was able to put it home. Thomas's skate just wasn't quite to the post, and the puck found that little opening. And just like that, Mount Academy extends its lead to 3-0. And a lot of veteran experience on that line, certainly getting things done with Mullally, Chason, and the 2 defenders back there getting things done, really setting the tone for the third period. And there's Callahan, the goal scorer, trying to get it up, but instead sent forward by King. Over to Clark now. Up and off the boards, but that one's going to go all the way down for icing. 13:11 left now in the third period. Face-off coming to Sky McDonald's left. Going to be Aiken and King taking the draw. Aiken wins that one cleanly. Clark back for it. Over to McNeil. Oriana McNeil with it. Right up the middle of the ice off the skate of Amos. Now Shearer trying to turn it around, but instead she goes down. No arms up. Hardy over to McKinnon. She sends that one forward. Clark now. Over to McNeil. Up the middle of the ice, trying to find Stewart, and it does find her after bouncing off a couple of sticks. McKinnon just shovels it around, but Aiken gets there first. And Stewart continuing to battle for it as Kings Edgehill makes their way out. Shearer. She carries it over center into Mount territory. Shearer with the shot. That one high. I don't think McDonald's seen it yet. But no worries. Mount Academy gets it out. Aiken pokes that one forward. Stewart tries to corral it, but instead it was poked forward by King. Now another board battle here in the corner. A few bodies getting involved. As we're down to 12 minutes left now in this third period. And now it's going to be McGregor carrying it. McGregor carrying it out for Kings Edgehill. Drops for Martinello. She shoots, stopped by McDonald. And now up against the boards briefly, but it's going to be Trevor's carrying it out for Mount Academy. Goes cross ice. Kenny going after, trying to win the foot race, and she does. Gets inside Harvey to get that. And now, got a loose puck at center ice. Laura McDonald picks it up. Loose stick there on the ice. McGregor had to pick it up, and that one called offside. I thought McDonald may have gotten back, but linesman judged otherwise. 11:19 to go in the third. And another tie-up off the draw. Thompson controls it. Over to Richards. Off the boards to McDonald. And Richards there to stop it before McCarthy can take it much further. And now, again, another board battle right in front of us here in our broadcast position. Quite a few bodies in there, as you can see. And Richards eventually comes out with it. Backhands it. Only gets to Harvey at the point. And that one gets by Thompson, but good recovery there from Richards to stop the opportunity from George. Now Kings Edgehill trying to make something happen here, but Mount Academy shovels that one out. Heidi Harvey back for it. Harvey now pressured by St. Peter, who's got two here this morning. And just about had the puck back there, but instead Hensby will send that one forward to Shearer. Left there for King. Josie King working her way around, tries to go short side, but McDonald able to see that one clearly. She's able to get that one tight to the body. And with 10:09 to go in the third, face-off will come to her left. Here's Walsh on the draw. Up against King here. Another tie-up. And McNeil comes out with it for the Saints. Basically draped all over her was Shearer, but no call. Lilia with it in the slot, that one off a stick. Pinching in there was McKinnon, but now McNeil. Sent that one forward, intended for Tate McDonald. And that one, is that going to have enough momentum? It is, but icing gets waved off. And so play continues here as Mount Academy keeps it in. Clark fires, and that one goes through. Meadow Clark with the shot from the point, but I would say that redirected based on the direction Thomas was going. And we'll just have to see, is that the hat trick, or thank God we've got the name right now. Tori Walsh, I think, got the last stick on it, just based on her going through the line first. So that's going to be Walsh's goal. And you know, sometimes clarifications work small miracles here. We're glad we got the name right in time for that goal. At either rate, it's 4-0 here, 9:35 to go in the third period. Saints win that draw now. Clark. Up the middle for Callahan. Over to McNeil. She goes cross ice, Mullally over by a step. Right idea there. Again, just Talia Mullally maybe just a little bit too eager, and good to see her going there as well because, of course, she did have, I think, just the wind knocked out of her there a little bit earlier. But she's looking no worse for wear right now is Mullally as the faceoff comes just outside Mount territory. Kings wins the draw. Leopold chips that one in. Grace McDougall back for it. She goes around, tries to get to chase on, but Martinello pins her to the boards. Sarah Hardy down into the corner. Martinello with it. Taken away by Grace McDougall. Now the Saints work their way up. Mullally just sends that one down the ice. Chase on back for it. And I think that's Celia McDougall who was trying to get it out. A bit of contact there, but no call. And puck comes out in front to Callahan. Back out to the point for Spencer. And that one stopped by Thomas, able to see that one through traffic. Now Thompson just shovels that one down. And so again, Kings Edgehill tries to regroup in its own end. And they slap it out. Stopped by Amos. Now Callahan circling around, Kings Edgehill changing. Callahan working her way through the middle of the ice. Pressured there by Harvey. Callahan still with it, though. Very strong on the puck is Sarah Callahan, despite her smaller stature. And that puck comes out. Caroline Thompson back for it. Swings it over to Richards. That one hops over her stick, and Hensby sends it the other way. Here's Amos now, back to Richards. Up the boards finds Meg Aiken. Amos leaves it for Aiken again. She pushes into the zone. Stewart keeps it in. Now the Highlanders get it out. Only gets as far as Thompson at center ice. Over to Richards. She dishes off to Thompson. She'll circle around, pressured by George on the forecheck. And that one off the linesman's skate as McDonald tries to clear. Goes back the other way. Clark with it. Over to McNeil. Oriana McNeil here goes cross ice off the stick of Laura McDonald. Now King trying to push forward. Instead it gets poked over to McNeil again, who goes up the middle of the ice for Aiken. And she just slaps it down. Stewart in pursuit. Harvey with the puck for Kings Edge Hill. Couple more bodies getting in there. And the Highlanders just trying to push forward, and that's going to draw a penalty on the Saints. Thomas heading to the bench for the extra attacker. McNeil touches up. And let's see what the call is. It's going to be body contact here. And that is going to go on, I think it's, I was going to say Olivia Stewart, and indeed it is 9 for the Saints. So, 6:43 remaining in this third period. Mount Academy up 4-0, but Kings Edge Hill heads to the power play. And again, a bit of a story over the last couple days, just the execution of the Mount Academy penalty kill here. It's basically been flawless here. May need to knock on wood if you're a Mount Academy fan after that, but they've looked good through 8.5 periods. And Kings Edge Hill coach looking for an explanation of some descript from the referee. Because I don't think there'd be a question of whether it's a 2 or a 4, with it just being body contact instead of head. But there's a bit of confusion here, it would appear, between the referee and the timekeeper. And now Kenny McDougall getting into the swing of things. Now Kings Edge Hill coach down. Getting a little animated here in the discussion. And now even Olivia Stewart herself is trying to help the timekeepers figure this one out. As the referee talks it over with Kenny McDougall, I think we're just about ready to go here. This might be the most animated I've seen Kenny McDougall over the course of the 3 days. But if you're a coach, you rarely ever get a satisfactory explanation, and the power play begins. McNeil fires that one cross ice and all the way down. Thomas out to play it. And that's Hardy back for it. McNeil keeps it in. Remember, Mount Academy on the penalty kill here. As the Highlanders try to set things up. Martinello going for that puck. She's met there by Clark, and that one goes out of play. 6:17 left in this third period. 1:34 left in the power play. Mount Academy leading this one 4-0. Face-off coming just outside Kings Edge Hill's blue line. And it'll be Tori Walsh, the 4th goal scorer in this one against Kiever. Kings Edge Hill wins it. But they turn it over to St. Peter. She shoots high and wide. And now the Highlanders try again, but again, St. Peter there to intercept. St. Peter, for my money, I would say the best player in this game for Mount Academy so far. And she's able to turn and fire that one down the ice. Leopold setting it up. She sends that one forward. That's McCarthy carrying it. Abby McCarthy stops up. Over to Leopold. Over to Harvey. Back, or McDougall, excuse me, who's got it back now. Over to Leopold. She's got room to fire. Fans on it a bit, though. And that one's going to get out of the zone, so Leopold back to regroup. St. Peter there on the forecheck. Over to McDougall. Again off St. Peter's skate. And goes into the opposite zone. Tate McDonald just puts that one on net. And Thomas covers up. 5:13 left now in the third period. 30 seconds left in the power play. Face-off coming to the right here of Sophie Thomas. And Kings Edge Hill controls that one. Highlanders trying to make their way out. Shearer pushing it forward across the blue line. Gets past Thompson on the outside, but her shot is a little bit inside of the target. Over to Harvey now. Dishes back just out of Lily's reach. Now Lily trying to get into the corner, pressured by Richards. She gets the puck away and she fires it down the ice. And that is going to do it for the power play here for Kings Edge Hill as we're back to 5 aside. Harvey back forward, a slight bobble behind her own net, pressured by Trevors on the forecheck. Now Kings Edge Hill trying to work their way out here. Pushed up forward, that one hops over Lily's stick. And that's going to be a penalty on Kings Edge Hill. McNeil looking for the extra little shot back. That's going to be body contact. And I think that is either King or Shearer headed the box. Looks like Josie King headed to the sin bin for 2 or less. So 4:21 left. Mount Academy up 4-0. They've got a power play here. It might actually be their first of the game. And we'll see what they can do with it here. Callahan wins that draw cleanly. Chase on. Sydney Chase on working away, and she shoots right into the chest of Thomas. And so we'll try it all over again, just with, 6 or 6.5 fewer seconds on the clock. 4:14 left in this game. And again, Callahan wins the draw to Chase on, back to Clark. Chase on with it. Down low to Callahan, backhands, loose puck there. Mullally couldn't quite bang that one home. But certainly the right idea. Looking like a bit of a set play here from Mount Academy off the power play. And now we'll see if they can execute it from the left side. Well, our left side, the right side, of course, of Sophie Thomas. Kings Edge Hill wins that draw, but Mount gets possession. Chase on behind the net. Sydney Chase on now. Cross ice to Mullally. Unable to get a full handle on that, and Thomas able to see that one right into the glove. She had Callahan right on the doorstep. And so Mount Academy getting some chances here on the power play, just haven't converted in the first 27 seconds or so. 3:53 left in this one. Mount Academy wins the draw. Mullally setting up on the half wall, goes across to Clark. Down low to Callahan. Up to McNeil at the top. Callahan with the redirect just wide. Heidi Harvey here now. Think may have gotten caught up in the referee's skates there a little bit. Chase on pushing her up against the boards. Callahan in to help. And Callahan comes out with it, works it out to the point for Clark. And swings it back down to Callahan. A couple of Kings Edge Hill players poking away at it, but Mount maintains possession. Clark fires, bouncing puck. Thomas is able to see that one and cover. 3:12 left in the third period. Now 52 seconds remaining in the Mount Academy power play, which for the first minute 8, it stayed entirely in Kings Edge Hill territory. And so we'll try it all over again. Again, 3:12 to go. Face off to the left of Sophie Thomas. And up along the boards there is Amos for Mount Academy. And I think that was Lily up there for Kings. Aiken now. Meg Aiken going for a little skate. Over to Grace McDougall. Swings it back down into the corner. Kind of gets Aiken turned around a little bit. Stewart comes out with it behind the net. Olivia Stewart setting things up. 20 seconds left in the power play. Stewart going for a skate here. Reverses it to Grace McDougall. She winds and fires right into the chest of Thomas. Again, solid execution here from Mount Academy's power play. It just hasn't translated into a goal as of yet. Possession's certainly been there, though. 2:32 left in this one. And 12 seconds left in the power play. Aiken wins that draw cleanly back to Thompson. Thompson fires that one wide. And as the final few seconds tick down, it comes out in front. Aiken trying to backhand, still a loose puck. But unable to get that one to go as we're back to 5 aside here. Plenty of opportunities for Mount Academy, and they may get another one here as that goes for icing. 2:12 left in this game. And so the faceoff will come to the right of Sophie Thomas. And Thomas has been busy in this game. Trevor's in to take the draw for Mount, and that was Hardy for Kings. As that puck goes down into the corner, Leopold with it. She loses an edge and goes down. And then buried into the corner there was Kenny. But play continues on as we're down to 1:55 to go. Kings Edgehill coming out with it. Through the skates of McCarthy, Richards back for it. Finds Thompson, but that one slips off her stick. Puck off the skate. 1:40 left now. And that comes out as I think that's George who tries to flip it back down. Caroline Thompson now has it poked away by McCarthy. Here's George. Poked away by Richards. Good smart play there. Up and off the boards. Hensby keeps it in. Shuttles it back down into the corner. Caroline Thompson there for it. And that one off Tate McDonald's stick as we're closing in on a minute left in this game. Now Sarah Hardy coming in. Stopped by McDonald. 1 minute to go. Now that wasn't Richards. That was McNeil, excuse me, taken down. She gets the puck back here, though. Loses it to Hardy. Comes out front, but nobody home, so Hensby back for it. All the way back into her own zone here. St. Peter on the pursuit. McGregor up forward, but it only gets to McNeil. Now Tori Walsh with it. Walsh again had the redirect for the 4th goal in this game. And that one just sent down. Harvey back to restart things here for Kings Edgehill. Now working their way back up is McGregor. Pressured on the forecheck here by Chason. 15 seconds left. Now St. Peter with it. 10 seconds to go. And now Martinello trying to clear, but she goes down. Kings Edgehill with it. And as time ticks down, we can finally say shutout for Skye McDonald. In this one, really good effort at both ends of the ice here for the Mount Academy under-18 Saints. They take this one by a score of 4-0. Kira St. Peter with 2 goals to lead the way in this one. And it's a perfect weekend here for Mount Academy, at least in the win-loss column. So certainly a strong effort from them, and we'll see this Kings Edgehill side again in about 5.5 hours time. They'll be taking on Rothsay Netherwood right here at 5:45. And then at 7:15, again, it's the Mount Academy under-17 Saints taking on a team to be determined. So we'll see you a little bit later this evening. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage of the Mount Academy Female Showcase to this point.